So I don't know how much I'm going to do tonight, but something I'm going to do real quick is I'm just going to put some seeds in this bed because it's been done now for a couple days. It's time. I need to start getting stuff planted. Yeah, I'm pretty much out of time for most of my warm weather stuff. I can get a couple rounds of beans in because beans still do. I pretty much will plant beans all the way through the end of October. It just depends on the variety. So we're going to plant now, though. I'm going to go ahead and do some peas. I'm going to do some beets, some Swiss chard, some carrots, some radishes, and some collards, I think is the plan for this bed, and some cilantro. I love cilantro. We're getting into cilantro season, so I'm also going to throw that in here. So peppers, I like to have with the carrots. I put the carrots around the peppers. They seem to do really well that way. I haven't decided what else I'm going to be planting in here. We'll see. But I want to get some things going because otherwise it's never going to get done. So in this bed, we're going to go ahead and do the Royal Chantenay carrot from M.I. Gardner. We're just going to put some of those around our peppers at the end here. So our carrots are in. I just sprinkle them on top, then I'll water them, and then I'll cover this back over with the straw. Got a little trench on that side, a little trench on this side, and then a little trench here. And I have another video. I do thin my carrots, but I thin them a little later so I can still get little baby carrots that are yummy. But so that's what we're going to do now for the carrots. And I'm going to continue on and plant whatever I'm planting next. So I've got a bunch of zinnias and marigolds on this side that's self-seeded, obviously. He's a little drunk. This guy over here, we are going to go ahead and plant 3 of the Nasturtium Jewel Blend. One there, one kind of in the middle, and one here at this end. Next up, we've got the Dwarf Gray Sugar Pea Pod. I grow these every year for my daughter. Her middle name is Gray, G-R-E-Y. Just going to plant those right along the base of our cattle panel right there. I plant them pretty close, so I'll probably plant them about an inch apart all the way down, maybe even on both sides. We'll see. And our peas are in along the base of this trellis. I did plant heavy. I will thin a little bit, but I don't thin a lot. I plant more for soil volume than for spacing. So if I need to add more up here, I can always add additional trellis space, not a problem. So for the radishes, I've got a couple different varieties I'm going to put in here, but we're just going to sprinkle the radishes last when we're all done. The collards, the chard, and the beets we are actually going to plant, and the cilantro we're going to plant, but randomly. We are going with, I love beets. I love homegrown beets especially, but I love beets. And it took me a couple years to get down my beet growing, but I've got it down at this point. So we're going to plant some beets randomly in here. We're going to do the Chioggia. I never know if it's a Chiga, Chioggia, Chiaga, I don't know. I just say Chioggia beet. I could be wrong. The candy cane beet. And then we're also going to go ahead and plant some early wonders so we can get some beets real quick. Not that there's a huge, these are 50 to 55 days, and this is 48 days. But still, every day counts. So we're going to go ahead and just interplant some of these throughout here. And I'm not going to worry about labeling them because that's just fine. I'm going to do the same thing with the chard. I've got a little bit of my rainbow chard packet left, so I'm going to finish that off. And then I've got the individual colors, and then I've also got a whole bunch more rainbow in here. I have a lot of different varieties of chards. We're going to do a little rainbow assortment. So let's get these in here. Our chard is in, and I opted to go for a rainbow effect. So we've got the ruby red to kick us off. Now we've got the orange, and then there's the yellow, and then there's the, I'm not sure if it's pronounced Lucillus, which is green, then there's a light pink, and then there's my magenta, my flamingo chard. So we've got very many colors. I don't have a purple yet, and I don't have a blue, but it'll still be gorgeous. So that's what we got going on here. And then I'll do, what am I doing over here? I'll probably do some beets in here, beans riding the quad again. Life is not too shabby. Okay, let's continue on. I'm enjoying getting my hands dirty. Okay, so we've got the rainbow chard, and then starting here, we're alternating rows between the early beet and the candy cane beet. Now, for me, I multi-sow my beets. I do 2 to 3 seeds in each hole, and then I let 2 or 3 grow at a time and just twist them off as they become full size. That's my favorite way to grow beets. It seems to work out the best for me. They all come in. I try and grow single beets, and while I can, I don't have the same success. And multi-sowing, I still get huge beets. So if you are not familiar with that, you should check out Charles Dowding. That's where I learned it. He has a lot of great videos on it. He's fantastic. But yes, we've got that planted. I'm going to go ahead, I think, and cover this up, water it in, and then I have a couple other seeds I want to add to this. I have a little space in here, so I'm going to throw in a couple of the Champion collards from M.I. Gardner. If I can open that all the way. There we go. I'm going to throw a couple of those throughout here as well, because I want to get those in. I do love my collards. So at this point, everything is in except for the radishes. We've got some cilantro that's planted on the sides over there. We've got some cilantro that's planted down there. We've got our nasturtiums planted. We've got the rainbow chard. And we've also got some beets, the candy cane beets, and the early red. I think that's what it's called. We've also got some collards planted among in here. Got some carrots around the pepper plants. I think that's it for this. And now we're going to go ahead and get all of this covered up, watered. And then I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle some radish seeds. Not this one. I have a couple of varieties in here that I will be using. I'll just go ahead and sprinkle those throughout and let them do their thing. It's almost 11. I've been going since 6:45 this morning. I was feeling like I could come out and plant more, but I just realized I'm exhausted. So I'm going to call it a night out here. Tomorrow I'm going to get the blue bed done. I will not be planting blue Hopi corn this year because it's way too late in the season. But I still have a few other things that we'll be planting. And then also my cool weather purple and blue crops. So we've got a lot to do. But this is all planted out. I went ahead and I gave some of the lemongrass over here a trim. We just went ahead and did a little chop and drop to help with keeping the birds a little bit. They really love the straw, but they don't really go for the lemongrass or do anything with the lemongrass, and neither do rats, which is great. So, yeah, our carrots, very little covering. I did take out over here some of the lemongrass. Took out a couple, the ones I said I was going to take. I'll probably take out this guy too, and this guy, because they're just really thin. They don't get enough sun to really get thick. I did harvest them though, and I got quite a few good stalks. I ate one of them. They're really juicy, really delicious. So, but yeah, I'll probably clean up this guy a little too, give him a little bit of a haircut. And I'll probably clean up the oleander just a bit. Take that thing out. Clean up this some more. And then this back here is pretty much ready to just be left alone. I do need to trim up the lemongrass around the eggplant, because the eggplant's like a tree and the lemongrass is completely blocked it. So I will thin that out around there so that that could get a little more help. But other than that, I'm not going to do it tonight though. Know the now. You know what movie that is from? You Are My People. There's our eggplant, our beautiful Oswald eggplant that is huge and gorgeous. But yeah, I need to trim up this lemongrass around it some. And I still need to chop a lot of these branches here off the sweet acacia tree, including over here, so the chase tree can start coming back over this way. But it's nice because now I have a mulcher, so I can cut these and make mulch out of them. It's wonderful. Okay, that's it. Calling it a night. I'll leave you with these because they're beautiful.